Hello, and welcome to this special place to be with God. Just like the place where you are, this is a place where we can talk to God and we can listen to God. It's a place where we tell the stories of God, and it's a place where we don't have to hurry because we have all the time we need. We always start our worship time with a greeting. So I will say, peace be with you. And then your response is, and also with you. So you can wish the peace to whoever might be in the room with you today. Today is the second Sunday after Christmas. So if we look at our calendar, you can see that we're already on the second Green Sunday after Christmas. So we have several Green Sundays to go before our next special season. So we'll talk about that later. If you have a candle at home that your parents can help you light, you are welcome to light a candle at the same time I do. This is our Christ candle, and it reminds us that Christ is always with us, wherever we go, and especially when we gather together to hear one of God's stories. So I invite you to get your bodies ready to listen, relax, get in a comfortable position, take a deep breath, and then I invite you to sing along with me. When we sing Be Still and Know, it's a way for us to imagine what God's words are to us as we are getting ready to hear one of God's stories. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. So when we sing that song together, we know that it's time to hear one of God's stories. I wonder what that could be. Every year, the people of God go up to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover and to remember the time when God led them through the waters to freedom. This year, Mary and Joseph and Jesus are on the road to Jerusalem. They were so happy because Jesus was finally old enough to go to the temple by himself. Jesus went to the temple to talk to God and to hear the great teachers tell the stories of God. Then they went to eat the feast of Passover with their family and friends. After Passover, everyone headed home. And when evening came, Mary and Joseph went to Jesus' friends to get Jesus. But he wasn't there. They hadn't seen Jesus all day. No one knew where he was, so they began to look for him. And they looked everywhere. And finally, they went all the way back to Jerusalem, and they found Jesus at the temple. And Mary said, "Jesus, where have you been? We've been looking everywhere. We were so worried." And Jesus was surprised. And he said, "Why have you been looking everywhere? Didn't you know that I would be at my Father's house?" Mary and Joseph didn't really understand. But they all headed home together. And the boy Jesus grew to be a man. He grew taller and stronger. He grew in wisdom and in love. And he was loved by God and loved by people. I wonder how Jesus felt when he was finally old enough to go to the temple by himself. I wonder how Mary and Joseph felt when they couldn't find Jesus. I also wonder why Jesus was surprised that they didn't know where he would be. I wonder what Jesus really meant when he said that this was his Father's house. What things do you wonder about with this story? Now it's time to change our light. We change the light to remind us that the light of Christ that was in one place at one time is now in all places at all times. The light of Christ is with us wherever we go and whatever we do. Amen.